Well, I'll start there. I know you talked a lot about what Seth kind of meant to this team when you were supposed to play him the first time, but now it looks like it's actually going to happen tonight. Just what are your kind of thoughts on that as we get going here?
It's all the same things I said the first time. Jonesy was a huge player for us, and we've talked it to death. So and now we'll get to see him in action. We know what he can do, so we got to be on our toes against him.
Yeah, it's a year of kind of reunions in a lot of ways because there were so many personnel changes and things like that. But then on the other side of it, you have guys like Boquist who talked the other night about how excited he is to come back and play in a building like this. Do you see guys kind of get more engaged and more excited in these types of situations when they do play their former teams?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty normal thing. I think there's a lot of emotions that go into it. You share a locker room with a team for several years. You go through different battles and different wars, and there's some nostalgia in there. There's some, you just remember. It's weird. I remember getting traded too. You just going into that visitor's locker room instead of the home one that you were part of for so many years. So, yeah, I think there's some butterflies, but the puck drops, you start playing. I think it all goes away real quick, and that's why you just got to get that first shift in and get rolling.
As you look back, I'm sure you watched the Calgary game. Did you see anything change between first period and the rest of the game, or as you look back, anything on the tape that surprised you or kind of stood out after you actually had a chance to watch it?
Yeah, the big thing for me was just the our reloads and tracking, and we know they're a good rush team, and we gave up too much on that end for me. We got a little bit flat-footed. We're cheating it underneath a little bit, so that's something we can take care of for sure, and do a better job there. The other parts of it, I thought we had a really good first, and again, the penalties hurt us early on, gave them some momentum, and we're right in that game. I'll say it again, it was a pretty tight game. They generate some shots, and we got through those kills, and then we just, we make the mistake, and then our power play gives up one, and then it's a 4-1 game, and that's a tough recovery. It's really deflating going to third. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Berube gets called up yesterday. Do you have any light on why that is, or just any lineup changes coming tonight?
Everything's the same. We'll see if Berube is going to be backing up or not.
Over to Zoom. By Mark Scheib.
Thanks, Glenn. Brad, just want to ask you about Boquist. The other night he got his 9th goal. It seems like that he's really starting to thrive offensively. Just speak, what has he been able to do for your team to get as many chances as he has and then being able to finish the way he does?
Well, I said it to the coaches the other day. I feel like his anticipation and shot is a lot like a forward, the way he jumps into holes in the O zone and the way he can finish. He's got a good knack of arriving on time when the puck's going to get there, and then he gets a good. Some of the goals he scored too, pucks are rolling. He finds a way to get a stick on that puck. So, it's. I think he's got his 9th now, so he's contributed offensively for sure, and he's a guy that when he's going, he's playing that 200-foot game, and we keep pushing him into defending even harder, and he's buying into it. He's working at it. So, he's still a young man. He's still, there's a ton of growth left in his game, which is the exciting part, because he's I believe he's still 21. So we're going to keep pushing him and working on both sides of the puck.
Wanted to ask about Andrew Peeke. Obviously, he has that unfortunate situation the other night, but I think this is about 10, 11, 12 games in a row now. He's been playing with Zach, playing as like a first pair defenseman. How have you seen him handle that as time has gone on? And, he's probably playing some pretty good players against pretty good players in that situation, playing with Z.
Yeah, he's playing against all the best players. We know Z takes on an average about 27 a night. So, he's worked himself into that role for us right now. There's been some ups and downs. It's hard to be in the first pairing in the NHL, and you're taking on the other team's best every single night. I think he's done a fairly solid job. With him, it's just very simple, play physical, straightforward game. See a pass, make a pass. Don't overdo it. Let Z play his game and support him. And I think he's done a good job of that. So, again, he's another guy. Lots of room to grow, but I've seen a lot of growth in his game, and that's a real exciting thing for us.
His competitiveness seems to stand out. I mean, just even watching him the other night after that situation happens, I mean, he was still battling his butt off. I mean, is that something that stands out in his game when you watch him, the way he engages people, the way he's able to bring that competitive spirit to the table?
Yeah, he has to. That's got to be part of his DNA, and really, it should be part of all of our guys. It's not just him, but he's a strong kid. I think he's understanding what his game's supposed to look like on a game and night-to-night basis. So he has to be competitive. I want him physical. I want him hard at the puck, stiff in front of our net. He can skate and get up and down the ice, but you know, my main thing with him is just making sure that he's a hard guy to play against.